My fiance came out as a lesbian and told me that everything we shared together was a lie. Now everyone is telling her how strong and brave she is while no one cares about me. Posted by you/guilty pollution 742. My ex, who I will call Dana, and I had been together for 7 years, and I knew from the beginning that she was bisexual. She openly told me about her past relationships with girls, but I never cared because it wasn't a problem for me at all. We never had any big fights or arguments, just small things that we always managed to sort out. After 7 years together, I decided it was the right moment to pop the big question. We were deeply in love, financially stable, and already living together, so for me, it felt like the perfect time. I prepared everything to make it as romantic and unique as possible, and when I finally asked her, she hesitated, but then said yes. That's when the problem started, because I didn't understand why she hesitated. I asked her about it, but she only replied, "I was nervous, so I let it go." We shared the news with her parents. Mine passed away when I was 20, and my little sister when she was 17 in a car accident, and our friends. But even then, something felt off. Her parents were faking their happiness, and I couldn't understand why, while our friends were genuinely excited and already giving us wedding ideas. 4 months passed, and we were actively planning our wedding when the day came. I came home from work to find her waiting with her bags packed. When I asked her what was going on, she told me, "Listen, I know this is going to be hard for you, but I'm not bi, I'm a lesbian. My parents have known for 2 years, which is why they weren't happy and were faking it. Please, I beg you, don't make this difficult, just let me go. Don't cry, don't beg, and don't scream. Let's just handle this like adults." Then she drove away. I stood there in shock for about an hour, unable to believe what had just happened. We went from planning our wedding to Dana suddenly coming out in a way that made her seem heartless and cold, like someone I no longer recognized. The worst part came after. 3 months have passed since that day. I canceled the wedding, and literally no one has texted or called to check on me, to ask how I was doing, if I was okay, or if I needed anything. Not her parents, not her, she blocked me that day, and not even our friends. No one gives a damn about me at all. In these 3 months, I've been hospitalized 3 times due to extreme weight loss and insomnia. I just work and go home, nothing else. Meanwhile, everyone is praising her for coming out, celebrating how brave she is for finally realizing she's a lesbian, and admiring her courage in embracing her true identity after years of struggling. At this point, I can't even be angry. I'm just in complete disbelief over how fast everything happened and how no one seems to care about me because her coming out is apparently more important than her ex. You know what? Screw them all. They've shown me their true colors, and screw my ex too. Edit. Honestly, I wasn't expecting all this support because I couldn't even imagine someone actually reading this. Believe me, I want to trust you and believe that all these kind comments are true, but right now, I can't. I just saw everyone who was supposed to love and care about me ignoring me and ghosting me, so I lost hope in people, especially strangers on the internet. I hope to come back here in a few months, read this all again, and believe you, but right now, I can't. You all seem like good people and sincere, but believe me, no matter how much I want to trust you, I simply can't right now. Still, I want to thank you all anyway. I'm not okay. The 3 times I was hospitalized, I tried to unalive myself, but I'm not even good at doing that. For 3 months, I kept thinking over and over again, was I the problem? What could I have done better? What did I do wrong? But nothing changes. So here I am, in the middle of effing nowhere, sitting on a sidewalk like a homeless person, reading strangers' comments on a post that I don't even know why I posted. Again, thank you all. Update 2 days later. So here we go again, but this time it's more painful and shocking at the same time because a lot has happened today and last night. Like some of you folks said, somehow one of my ex-friends saw my post on TikTok, and the absolute mess started, and it's still going on right now. This ex-friend, I'll call him Paul, reached out to me and basically told me that he saw the post and knew it was me because I used my ex's real name, Dana. He was shocked to learn what really happened because apparently, Dana had told my ex-friends that she came out to me as a lesbian and that I tried to lay hands on her and threatened her. She also told them not to contact me again. They all believed her, but when they saw my post, they started pressuring her to confirm whether I was telling the truth or not, and she admitted to lying. Since Paul's text, I've received a ton of messages and calls from everyone asking how I am, if I'm okay, apologizing for believing Dana without reaching out to me first, and offering their so-called apologies. But then there's the real issue, Dana. She texted me, asking for forgiveness, saying she was sorry for how badly she treated me, and admitting that she made everything up because she was afraid of losing friends. And unfortunately, that's not all, because I also got a text from her girlfriend, Mary. She basically told me that she was sorry for Dana's behavior and for what she did, and here comes the issue. She has known Dana for a year, yet Dana never told her about me and always referred to me as just a roommate. So now, she's thinking about leaving Dana. Now comes my part. I made a new group chat, including all of them, even Dana and Mary, and told them that I'm not changing my mind about forgiving them. I also mentioned that I was considering suing Dana, partially true, since I'm still unsure, and I called out my ex-friends, saying that if they were decent humans, they would have either texted me to ask if I was out of my mind for allegedly laying hands on Dana or at least insulted me via text, if they really cared about me. Then, I added some personal things about Dana and blocked them all. But my blocking method isn't working because they keep harassing me with texts and calls from other numbers and even getting other people to call and text me. Crazy stuff is happening, and I still can't believe this whole mess. It feels like a nightmare I need to wake up from, but unfortunately, it's all real. The other thing is that I finally saw a therapist today, and I don't like to admit it, but I cried a lot. According to her, I never really worked through my parents' and sisters' deaths, and now this situation with my ex has made me explode emotionally. So, it's going to be a very long journey, and I hope to reach a better place. I've had the therapist's number sitting on my kitchen table for a while, but I never called, until now. Hopefully, this will help. That's all for now. I hope my next update won't come as quickly as this one but instead when I'm feeling better. So again, thank you all, and hopefully, I'll update you in better times. Relevant comments. Commenter. Normal people, break up with their partner, tell everyone about it and why, then move on. Dana, ghosts her boyfriend and lies just because she was scared. Honestly, I would definitely sue for defamation. Man. You have the evidence, and I don't think it could go wrong. What do her parents think? Op's response. I forgot to write this little part, but the quick summary is that I never had a good relationship with them, so we never got along well because they always said I wasn't the right guy for their daughter. I never cared about them, but this time they asked me to think wisely and not to sue Dana because she was afraid, and they even justified her actions. That's all, and in fact, I wasn't surprised by their reaction to the news of marrying her. Second update 1 month later. A month has passed since my first post, and here I am again. I know I promised to come back when things got better, and I really hoped for that, but unfortunately, my life hasn't improved at all. Things keep getting worse than I expected. I'm going to talk the way I do with my therapist because, in a way, you all feel like my therapists. You know, I'm not an expert in therapy or these things, and I hoped that, in a short time, things would change and make me feel better. But it's been more difficult and longer than I expected or imagined. I cry every day about everything that has happened to me, about my parents and my little sister's premature death, about what happened with Dana, and about how my friends betrayed me so easily, as if I were just a random guy. The worst part is Dana. After my parents' death, I put all my attention and importance on her. She was my promise of having a new family, of starting fresh, of being part of a family again. All these years, I did my best to make her feel loved, happy, and cared for. What might not come across from my previous posts is how much I loved her and how deeply I cared for her because Dana was the only person in this world who knew me 100%. She was truly my soft spot. After retiring from the army, she was the one who saw the real me after years of risking my life. I still have some trauma, but I'm working on that too. And then I met Dana, and it was love at first sight. So yeah, call me naive for still believing in fairy tales, but I really thought she was the one for me, the person who could finally give me my dream of having the family I lost. The hardest and most painful thing this past month was finally changing my number and starting over. I thought about calling her, texting her, or even seeing her again so many times because, despite everything, I still, somehow, care about her and love her. But then I remember how poorly and cruelly she treated me, and I changed my mind. Still, her presence lingers in my thoughts. I miss the little things we used to do together. I miss Dana being messy and a little goofy around me and in my house. I miss her touch. Coming home from work and just seeing her made all my stress and bad emotions disappear in an instant. But aside from all that, a few good things happened this month. I got the promotion I had been working so hard for, even if it came at the worst moment of my life. My boss gave me 3 weeks of forced vacation because he's worried about my mental health and how I've been working day and night without doing anything else. My therapist also told me to take a few weeks off to clarify my thoughts. I'm also looking for another house near my work because my current home isn't a positive environment, in my therapist's words, and because I need a drastic change. So that's where things stand. Unfortunately, I still have suicidal thoughts, but I'm working on it, even though I know it will take time. That's everything. I don't think I'll post anything else from now on because, fortunately, I don't have much else to say about my situation, other than thank you all for your support and private messages. So, thank you, everyone. Hopefully, this period of my life will pass without causing too much damage. Edit. My ex-friends never contacted me again, and neither did Dana, so I have no idea what's going on with them. And honestly, I don't care. Third update 2 weeks later. Hello, people. Don't worry, I'm still alive. According to my therapist, I can use this little place to vent about my thoughts, the things that happened to me, and updates about my life, so here I am. I'm not very good with Reddit, so I hope I'm doing things the right way. Like I said in the title, yesterday I had a strange meeting with Mary, and it turned out better than I expected. I was at a bar in my city, waiting in line to order when Mary recognized me, and we started talking. I offered her a cup of coffee, and we chatted a bit about our lives, how things are going, and all that stuff. I must admit she seems like a sweet and kind girl. She immediately asked me if I was mad at her for what happened with Dana, but I assured her that she wasn't the problem at all because she didn't know about me as Dana's ex-boyfriend. Mary said I seemed much better now compared to almost 2 months ago, and she was happy for me. According to Mary, the day I made the group and blocked them all, she and Dana argued a lot and eventually broke up. She told me again that she was extremely sorry for how everything happened and that if she had known earlier, she would never have dated Dana because she has certain values. We chatted for about 2 hours and got to know each other better. Afterward, we exchanged numbers, and she told me that if I ever needed to talk, vent, or just rant about something, she would be there for me. I really appreciated that, and then I headed home. It was honestly a nice meeting, and I wouldn't have bet a cent on it, but it's nice to be wrong sometimes. Aside from that, my life seems to be returning to normal over the past few days. I haven't had suicidal thoughts in 2 weeks, which is a great achievement for me, and my mental health is finally improving. In 3 days, I'll be in Japan for a 3-week vacation, and I hope to continue progressing with my mental health, so we'll see. That's all. I never told anyone my name before, but I'm Clark. Peace, and thank you all for your DMs. I'm starting to believe in and appreciate your support. 4th update 8 months 2 weeks later. Hey people, it's still me, Clark. I know that I disappeared for months, but something big happened that made me think a lot about what to do, how to react to this, and all that stuff. First of all, I don't see my therapist anymore, and I thanked her for what she did for me because she really helped me. And now, the big news, unfortunately, isn't good news. I have cancer. To be completely honest, I should have noticed it earlier because many things were off, but I always blamed stress, what was happening, my personal issues, and all that stuff. But unfortunately, it wasn't stress. Now, before anyone says it, yes, I'm sure it's cancer. I had 3 different tests in 3 different hospitals, and they all came back the same. But you know what? It's fine. It's one of those curable cancers, but here's the thing that kept me thinking a lot. I made a promise on my family's grave, and I have every intention of keeping it. No matter how insane or nonsensical it may seem to you, to me, it makes a lot of sense. So, the thing is this, I'm not going to cure it. I'm just happy to have lived my life. I had incredible ups and incredible downs, but it's okay. It's life. No one ever told me that life was easy or a fairy tale, and we have to accept it and endure it to live our lives as we want. I tried to do that, and between the ups and downs, I'm happy with my life. I met incredible people, I saw how strangers on the internet can really help you. I mean you guys on Reddit, I had my dream job, I had my dog, and I traveled a lot. But everything comes to an end, as it should. I wasn't expecting to have such a short life to live, but it's okay. I take things as they are. So, just this, I made a promise on my family's grave that I will reach them, and I'm going to keep my promise. So, folks of Reddit, you made a stranger's life a bit better, and I will always and forever keep you all in my mind and my heart. I wouldn't have bet a cent on it, sincerely, but it's awesome to be wrong in these cases. So, thank you all. I hope you all have the best life, see the world, love like never before, enjoy everything this world can offer you, and remember this, you all made a stranger's life better. Love you all, and enjoy your life to the fullest. Thanks, Clark.